Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. My name is Kiris, and this week in astrology we have the second quarter moon in Virgo. Venus goes home to her castle, entering the sign of Taurus, and we have the moon in Libra making an air trine flow to Mercury in Gemini. Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, June 1st through Saturday, June 7th, 2025. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Sunday, the Sun's Day, June 1st, purchase a brand new full-length mirror. Sunday, the Sun's Day, is awareness, the light of the sun, shining a spotlight on something. Today we have Venus in Aries making a conjunction to Chiron in Aries. Venus, which is all about the appearance, beauty, in the first sign of the zodiac, Aries, which is the appearance, your image, especially the head, hair, and your face. This is what Aries rules over. So getting this new mirror is the process, the cosmic energy of you looking at yourself in a whole new way. Venus conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries, is this looking at yourself straight in the eye, right in the face, and telling yourself how much you love yourself, how beautiful you are, how your own look is unique. It's one of a kind. This is truth. In the whole history of the world before you, the whole future of the world after you, there is only one you. So this week, as we are starting off on the Sun's Day, is you looking at you in the reflection, a new mirror, a new you, a new perception on Awareness Day, Sunday, and telling yourself and really getting this fully in your face, in your whole body, how beautiful and unique you are. Have you ever had someone in your life that may not be here any longer? And when you remember that person, you think about and you remember what was so original about them. They're irreplaceable. They're unforgettable. They were one of a kind. And everything about them that made them themselves, and why you loved them and loved everything about their look and their appearance and all of it. That is you. Everybody has this. They're born with it. I am Aries. So do this for yourself as we are starting off the new month, the Sun's Day, where you really get it finally that how you see yourself is the most important thing. And you look at yourself straight in the mirror, full length, and tell yourself how beautiful, gorgeous, one of a kind you are, because you are. There is nobody else like you, never can be, never will be. Everything and everyone is beautiful in their own way, but you've got to get that first about yourself to see it reflected back to you. Just like the reflection of yourself that you're seeing in your new mirror. I will never forget the experience years ago of getting to meet the most, hands down, most gorgeous, most beautiful woman I will ever probably see in this lifetime. I met a legendary comedian named Carol Burnett, and she radiated light. The aura around her was brilliant. She was emitting light. And when I thought about it later, it made sense. Someone that just spends their lifetime making people laugh, bringing joy and happiness to the planet. Everything in and around her energy field just radiated this. Gorgeous beyond belief to see the most beautiful woman I'll ever see in my life. When you buy your new mirror, just notice, what light do you see around you? What are the colors of the aura? How brilliant is it radiating? Notice this as you notice and look at the new reflection of yourself in your new mirror. Monday, the Moon's Day, June 2nd, get your astrology chart done. Today we have the second quarter moon at 12 degrees Virgo. 12 degrees Virgo is the astrologer's degree. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of astrology, not the planet Uranus. The second quarter moon in Virgo is making a square to the sun in Gemini. Both Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is supremely placed right now in its domicile in the sign of Gemini. The moon is what we need, and with the moon in Virgo, Virgo wants something practical, something that can be of use, something to perfect and fixed and just keep on learning and growing as we are in second quarter moon with the light and the awareness of the moon growing in its light and power. The moon is pregnant now. We're moving towards the full moon. The sign of Virgo is connected to harvest time, meaning what are you harvesting? What are you producing in your life? Everything in astrology is based on nature, the natural world around us, which includes you, your nature, knowing your true nature and being true to it. This is the key. The moon in Virgo needs to have a toolbox where in present time you can have whatever tool is necessary to help you in that moment. Both Virgo and Gemini are mutable signs of the zodiac, meaning they can move quickly and adapt to the changes and the adjustments that are necessary in the moment. Whether the changes needed in the moment are psychological, emotional, physical, and creatively, the second quarter moon square the sun in mutable ruled by Mercury, there is no better tool that you can have than to know and have your personal astrology chart. If you've never had your astrology chart done, you can start off with one of the free apps that are easily available to show you your chart, learn about your chart, but it is the tool of life that can help you out, guide you in any and all situations. Tuesday, Mars's Day, June 3rd. Fix it or get rid of it. What the cosmic energy is today is we still have the moon in Virgo making a square aspect to Mercury at home in Gemini, its domicile. Mercury is extremely curious. It loves to take things apart and look at how things are made, how it is working or not working, how to fix what is not working. Mercury is great at taking things apart, looking at it, and then putting it back together in a more improved way. The moon in Virgo not only loves to fix and perfect, but the moon in Virgo is your need to have the best quality possible. This energy today is seeing what is in your home, in your closet, in your life, in your car, your transportation. Mercury rules over cars and transportation. Everything that you own. Make the assessment with the moon square Mercury if you can fix it and keep it. If not, let it go. It is not strong energy, positive energy to hold on to something where perhaps you have said, well, I'll fix that lamp one day when I get around to it, and then you never seem to get around to it. Right now, Mercury at home in Gemini is moving very quickly through its home sign, as we've chatted about in other podcasts. And so as Mercury is traveling effectively, quickly, and very precisely, making this assessment of what do I need to get rid of because I'm really just not going to fix it, and it's just hanging around. It's staying in a space that does not hold good energy when it is broken. So this quick assessment of the moon square Mercury in Gemini of what can I fix and I'm really going to keep it in its most perfect state, moon in Virgo, or I am finally going to let it go. And this can be a big emotional thing, as you probably know, because when we're releasing clutter, when we're letting things go that we're really not going to fix, it's just sitting there. There is also an emotional attachment to every item you have. So this is a very big deal, but it is also cosmically a supreme time, a wonderful time to finally either fix it or get rid of it with the moon in Virgo square Mercury, its ruler, at home in its castle in Gemini. And with Mercury in its castle in the sign of Gemini, your space, your home is your castle. Doesn't matter if you're in a little studio apartment, whatever space you may have, make that space your castle, because that is exactly what it is, physically and cosmically, energetically. Wednesday, Mercury's day, June 4th. Leave your money, your credit cards at home. Do not leave home with money that you could spend emotionally. What's happening today is that we have the greater and lesser benefics. We've got Venus in Aries, Jupiter in Gemini. Both are in what's called their detrimental placements. So this wanting pleasure and to purchase and to do something that makes you feel good, wanting the goodies. This is Venus and Jupiter, but not strongly placed when they are in their detriment. This is the emotional spending, potentially, if you're not aware, that you could get you into trouble. So whatever you have to do during the day, go do grocery shopping, the basic kinds of things in life, just take the amount that you really do need and have decided that you want to spend, because with Venus and Jupiter making a sextile aspect, this is an aspect of ease that could easily get you into trouble with the spending if you're not careful, because you just want that purchase that is going to make you feel good. Nothing wrong with that, but with Venus and Jupiter not favorably placed, not strong by dignity, you may want to plan ahead, which is why we would want to know the astrology and let yourself know and plan that you're taking a certain amount for basic needs, and then that's it. You won't have the credit card on you. You won't have the extra cash on you where it can easily just go away with Venus sextile Jupiter over the top Gemini, where some salesperson talks you into, you've got to have this, you need this today, right now, where you're easily persuaded and or talked into purchasing some big ticket item that you really weren't planning and you really didn't want to spend on it. Today on June 4th, Mercury's day, which is the salesperson and also commerce and trade and spending. Thursday, Jupiter's day, June 5th, cut back on your sugar. Pay attention to how much sugar intake you really do take in. What's happening here is that we have Venus going home to her castle. She's entering the sign of fixed Earth Taurus. The planet Venus in Taurus and Libra rules over sugar, the sweet stuff. Venus at home in her castle is ready for the party, to have a good time. Venus in Taurus is wonderful for enjoying all of the beautiful sensual delights of life. Social, happy, let's have a good time. It's laughter, it's food, it's music, it's all of it. All of the things that we really enjoy indulging in. But Venus, very strongly placed in her home sign, can also overdo something like the sugar intake, which it rules over. So enjoy Venus in Taurus, of course. That is what it's all about. Feeling great, enjoying, being happy, and laughter. But because it does rule over sugar, just pay a little bit attention to that, because you don't have to go overboard as we are in the season of graduations and summertime and holidays and all of that. Just watch the sugar intake, because the thing about sugar is it is so addictive. And if you don't have sugar for a while, let's say you stop eating sugar for about a month, and then you eat some sugar, you will actually physically feel the spike up, the high of the sugar, and then the crash down the next day. The crashing down meaning how you feel physically and also how you feel emotionally, the mood. So sugar does have this effect. Venus at home in Taurus is wonderful for connecting to your inner creative artist, and you are an artist. Whatever it is that you do in life, you have that creative power. So with Venus at home in Taurus, this cycle is making something that you want to last. This is fixed Earth Taurus, building on something, making something that for you is a work of art, something that will stand the test of time, and something, most importantly, with Venus at home in Taurus, that makes you feel great. Venus at home is all about the feeling, the energy of being happy, relaxed, open to life, open to people, social situations, and enjoying all of it. Another beautiful thing about Venus being in her home sign is that after this long cycle of Venus in Aries, which can be quite combative, Venus being your relationship, your marriage, your love situation. Now that that cycle has ended and Venus is at home in Taurus, this is great cosmic energy and support for getting your relationship back on track, to bring back the beauty of the relationship, the enjoyment of the relationship. If you are single and wanting to know about love because what is life without love, then Venus in Taurus, wherever this is in your astrology chart, this is taking the action to put yourself out there socially, meet people, and attract in, because you're feeling great, the right love, great relationship for you. Friday, Venus's day, June 6th, ask them out. This aspect today is magnificent for speaking up and inviting and asking the person out. What we have today is the moon in Libra, ruled by Venus. Venus is at home in Taurus, making an air trine flow. Air is communication to Mercury in its home sign of Gemini. This is just smooth, it's charming, it's speaking up, it's inviting in a love situation. Moon in Libra, making that trine flow to Mercury in Gemini. This is also with the moon, which is emotions and how you feel, making this air trine flow to Mercury, which is communication. It's also being very aware and knowing how you make the other person feel by the way you communicate with them. So whoever the person is that you like and that you've been wanting to see, get to know better, this is one of those aspects cosmically, energetically, where to just invite out, extend the invitation. Moon trine Mercury in light air element. Now, when you ask the person out, if you do ask the person out, and I hope you do, because the moon in Libra is cardinal, it wants to get a relationship started. The moon in Libra needs a beautiful, harmonious, love, romantic marriage relationship. The moon is what we need. It's essential. With this energy of starting a new relationship, find out what you have in common. The element of air loves and needs to communicate about all different kinds of things, especially when we're talking about Mercury and Gemini. There's so much to know. There's so much to learn about the person and what you have in common. It can never get boring. It's just endless with the moon trine Mercury and Gemini. So many new things to experience together. This is a sublime aspect cosmically, astrologically, on Friday, Venus's day, love day. Take advantage of this support from the cosmos, trying to help you find the love that you want and need. If you have a friend or someone in your life that says, gee, I'd like to fix you up with such and such, I just have a hunch that you two could click and hit it off. This is one of those days to say yes. Why not? I'm making a new friend, and just keep it light like the element of air. Say yes when the universe is offering. And today, with this aspect, the cosmos is offering. Saturday, Saturn's Day, June 7th, tell yourself that you deserve to have a great, loving relationship. I'm using the word deserve very specifically because the word deserve is misinterpreted all of the time. The word deserve does not mean entitled, that we, I, you are entitled to anything. The true meaning of the word deserve means to be worthy of, to be valuable enough to have this. What's happening here is that we just had a sublime, loving, romantic aspect on Friday, Venus's day. That's the moon in Libra, trine Mercury in Gemini. Today, on Saturn's day, the moon is now in her fall placement of Scorpio, making a square to Pluto in Aquarius. The moon in Scorpio, her fall placement, are the emotional imprints from the past that comes from the primary caretaker, typically, usually the mom, The moon in Scorpio is the emotional imprint, the carrying all of the emotional baggage that was never yours to carry to begin with. We all live in our emotional body. The key is to know what those emotions are and to be connected and aware of what they are. So with the moon in Scorpio square Pluto in Aquarius, what can be brought up to the surface today after you've just met that wonderful person or are about to meet that fabulous person because you accepted the invitation and or you perhaps asked them out, is then what gets triggered? Always just about the moon in Scorpio making the square to Pluto in Aquarius, which is, I don't deserve this. I'm not good enough to have this. I'm not worthy enough to own this. Be very aware of this on Saturn's day. Saturn, the great teacher, and not an easy teacher at that. Saturn teaches us tough lessons that we need to learn. So with this moon in its fall, making a square to Pluto, the underworld, the shadow, what is buried deep and in the shadows underneath. If you feel that there are any emotions coming up for you, being triggered, these feelings of not deserving, not feeling worthy, good enough to have what you need, to give and have what you need emotionally, then be aware of this, because that is a lie. You are more than worthy and good enough, and you deserve to have life and love and a great relationship in your life. But again, it's how we started off this cosmic week, which is on Sunday. It was about getting a new mirror and seeing what reflects back to you and seeing your light and knowing your true value and beauty and everything about you that makes you just one of a kind, irreplaceable, unforgettable. Now we are closing out the week astrologically after having beautiful aspects like the potential to meet the love of your life with the moon in her fall, making the square to Pluto, which is, do not go to the dark side of feeling that you're not deserving, that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough, that you can't find, that you can't have. That is a lie, an emotional, psychological, spiritual lie that you want to dig up and excavate right out of your life and your mind. Pluto in Aquarius is a mindset. It's fixed air. It's an attitude, a way of thinking that is fixed. Well, with this moon square Pluto in Aquarius, that mindset, that belief, what you have put faith in, that you are not deserving of everything and then some. It has to go. It will go. And this is a day with the moon square Pluto where a lot of epiphanies, awarenesses can take place emotionally, where and how you need to get rid of, annihilate those feelings that you don't deserve. Anything and everything that you want in your life, especially love and a great relationship. Deserve, again, is being worthy, being valuable enough, knowing that you are valuable enough to have it and keep it. Thank you, everyone, for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. Have a fabulous week. I will see you all in the stars.